We are back. We're back, and we're gonna. I think we've got a quick, brief moment to talk about the actual top 8. Like we announced it, and we got the archetypes. We'll give you a rundown quickly, and then we're gonna be going down to the feature match area. Are we ready? I think to go in a second. So basically, as we say, we have 4 color control, Marc Vogt. We have 2 Cephalid breakfasts. We have 2 initiative decks. One is red-white with Mox Diamonds. One is like mono-white with Chrome Mox. We have Reanimator. I've seen his Grixis. It's like black-red normal stuff. The show and tell sideboard. We have blue-black Doomsday from Kai. He's playing like Spoils of the Vaults. It's very turbo Doomsday. And then we have blue-red splash green for Minsk sideboard from Baku. So pretty cool top 8. Like I am chuffed to see 2 breakfasts. Like it's super cool. This deck is good. I think we said on like Eliza's podcast for like this deck is really good. We shouted out Francis for like doing well with this list. That's cool. Only 1 Delver. I mean, Baku's a master as well. Yeah. But yeah, Delver was the most played deck and only 1 in the top 8. What do you think of that?
I mean, paper's always quite different, right?
Cool. So we're actually, I'm going to interrupt you. Sorry. We're going to go to the match.
Yeah, let's do that. That's all good. As more food comes in, dude. This is the best part. But we're not allowed to eat on. Okay, right side we got Rodrigo Togores from Madrid, and on the left side Marc Vogt from Munich. 2 powerhouses of not only the local communities but actually Europe and like the legacy world altogether. Both players actually won a GP. Like this is insane.
Yeah, this is the name, right? European Legacy Masters. They are just absolute masters. As you said, both won a GP. I mean, it's no surprise to see either in the top 8. Both of them, like, so yeah, Marc playing his, he's always a control player, right? So he's playing his 4 color control. Togores, he can play everything. So he's playing like the newer deck, the initiative deck. What do you think of this matchup?
Well, you're asking the guy who hasn't played Legacy for a month.
Yeah.
No, honestly, like, I'm gonna give you my impression, and then you as the guy who actually like kept up with this recently. Okay, so I feel that Marc probably doesn't like the matchup very much. Like, I actually know, I talked to Marc about this. He's like, okay, the one card to crush this matchup would be like Ice Hodl.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have that, and I don't think he feels too great about it, especially in the first game. So tell me, am I like remotely close?
No, that's pretty accurate. I talked to him earlier about it, and I said I think the way Control beats it is 4 Ice Coils and 3 Minsk and Boo, and he's like, yep, I agree, but he didn't have enough time or energy to change the mana base to accommodate Ice Coil to fit the rest of the deck. He's on 3 Minsk and Boo as a concession to this matchup exactly. So these guys played in the Swiss, and Marc won. He won completely off the back of Wasteland plus Loam.
I saw that, yeah.
So I think you're right, though. I think the initiative deck is favoured generally. Togores is playing red-white versions, so he probably has 12. I don't know if he's playing 4 Caves of Chaos Adventurer, but he's playing more than 8 initiative cards, basically. And that's going to be a big thing. He has Palace Jailers in the deck. He plays Caverns as well. It's just...
You know what I want to see out of him? Aven Mindsense. He almost got Marc with Aven Mindsense on one of their games, but Marc ended up having the Force. Marc on a mulligan to 6 on the play goes for... Is this turn... Was he actually on the play?
I believe this is a turn 2 ponder. So yeah, he does have the 12 initiative guys. Caves of Chaos Adventurer is just... That card is like... I like the idea of mono white in the deck, but that card brings so much power. It's a 5/3 trample, becomes like a 7/5 when you just put like the 2 counts on it, and then like attacks and draws a card essentially. So I can see why he's splashing red. But yeah, Marc, I think he's fighting an uphill battle. He needs to basically have multiple forces for a couple of turns and then slam a Minsk and Boo. Or Minsk and Boo is the way to take the initiative away, really, as well. So he'll know his plan, and he'll be accommodating for that. So we do see the turn 2 ponder. I think he's looking for forces, a bit of spot removal, and then he's going to be looking to land a Minsk and Boo on turn 4 and trying to ride that out.
And I was going to say, like, this is the most awkward spot for people playing this deck, where you go for City of Traders on the second turn. You feel like, okay, I want to make the stick.
Yeah.
But he has a Lotus Petal, so he can actually stay on 4 mana for quite a while until he like finds a form. But this is Archon of Emeria, right?
Archon's
super
good.
Annoying for a deck playing like it feels like 30 fetch lands or something.
yeah. Full color is just like so many fetch lands. So one interesting thing from Togores is he doesn't have Chalice.
He doesn't have Chalice?
Chalice.
Didn't you actually call that in our podcast?
I did.
The deck should run without Chalices?
I said I think the deck doesn't want to play Chalice and wants to play Source Splasher's main deck. And then the weekend's results came in and everyone was playing Chalice. So I was like, maybe I'm an idiot. But yeah, no Chalice. But I don't think he even has Source Splasher's main deck, does he?
We're actually looking at deck list right now. There's 2 copies of Swords of Plowshares in the main deck.
Okay.
Everything else looks like pretty standard, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, Aven Mindsense was the sideboard. Ooh,
So he's also playing the Mox Diamond build, which is a concession to being 2 color. You play more lands then. Mm-hmm. So he's probably going to be having a better time just making land drops, playing threats. So Archon is such an annoying card, you do need to just... It's something you do really need to kill if you're looking to play duels or fetches at all. Mm-hmm. So it's just... I think it's a removal bait. Rodrigo will know that, Marc will know that, but it has to be removed basically. So he's probably going to untap. Oh, he might brainstorm in response?
Yeah, probably.
Just to get some spells. Like, the thing with Archon is it just forces action. And that's fine for the initiative deck. You don't want to give control of these blue decks time to like slow play their cantrips. You want to, you know, I think so. Togores is going to have like more threats to follow up with. By playing the Archon here, it limits him to like he can't play a threat plus a cantrip. You can't go Uro into another land and cantrip.
Also expressive iteration is going to be like really weird.
Exactly, iteration. You can like iterate and then hit a land and play that, but it's still not what you want. You lower the power level of it. So yeah, Archon is like we saw Archon.
Why are we not playing this deck? Why am I not playing this deck? You gave me the deck list.
I did say last night. I said I think Archon's good.
Yeah.
The lists are all over the place. It's interesting to see. Like again, we're going to have a high finish from a newer take. Like people are trying red white for sure. I think Fable's pretty common in red white, but Togores doesn't have that, so that's interesting. But I think it's just Kaiser Curse Venture.
Okay. This is one of those Mahamodi chins or whatever. They're like actually. Marc recently got those. He's super proud of them, and they keep this guy off the table. Now, what's Marc like trying to do on the third? Like probably like expressive iteration. No, he's playing a land, so he wants to go for something for 3 mana.
Probably Uro.
Oh, just cycle Uro? Yeah, that sounds good.
So I think that exchange is like. So Marc, I don't know if he's probably very happy with that. Togores is probably very happy with that. I think. A Force of Will on an Archon, which is, again, as I said, something that they have to deal with, but it's just not the most high-powered threat. It's not an initiative creature, as Uri as we expected.
Yeah.
So an initiative creature, it's not a Palace Jailer to take the Monarch. As we see, I think he has 2 Palace Jailers in hand.
Ooh.
So he has at least 1 Palace Jailer.
Palace Jailer on like Uro would be so dirty.
Yeah.
That's the cleanest way to deal with it.
The problem is, like, so Minsk and Boo, again, is Marc's way to take the initiative or the Monarch. I think Togores has to be really wary of that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Solitude.
One thing I saw Rodrigo actually doing was used to anoint a Peacekeeper to like make Minsk and Boo a lot worse. Like you have to pay extra to cast it, you have to pay extra to like activate it.
Yeah.
That's one of the best cards against it, I
guess.
Wow,
yeah, Peacekeeper amazing against it. Yeah. So here we see the Force of Will, as I said, he's very happy to have the Force of Will go on the Archon of Emeria. So now we see him take the initiative, resolving a Seasoned Dungeoneer, and he goes to get another land.
Oh, he can even like get the basic mountain, right? If you fans are red cards, he's gonna have it available. Other than that, like if he had another planes in hand, then it's like a very safe thing to do. But he's getting so that kinda tells Marc maybe that he doesn't have like another planes in hand or another white source, because like there's a couple of like white spells.
Could also, I mean, we know that he has a Palace Jailer in hand, so he's looking for the second white there. We know he has a Palace Jailer and another City of Traders, so he's probably setting up to play the second white source now, the planes, and then he can follow up the City of Traders the next turn.
So what is Marc trying to do?
He didn't actually play a land, so he's going to use the City of Traders and play next turn with the planes.
Yeah.
He also has a Ganju in hand as well.
Yeah. So it's actually like going to be a scenario where Marc will eventually try to seal back the initiative of Caracas, and then Rodrigo is actually going to have Solitude.
Yeah. So here I think we're going to see Minsk and Boo. We'll very likely see a Solitude, pitching probably an Archon of Emeria. I think Togores is looking in a pretty good spot to run away with this game.
Yeah, that's what you talked about, right? The first game can be pretty rough. Let me take a look at Marc's. I don't want to bury him yet, like by already looking at the sideboard, but let's only do that once it becomes relevant. Yeah.
But I think the Solitude on the Minsk and Boo, and then the Dungeoneer is going to untap, and you can just put 2/1/1 counters on it when you enter the Forge Room, and it's going to attack the Minsk and Boo and kill it down. Marc maybe has a Force of Will. If he has a Force of Will on the Solitude, it could be good. He still gets to like attack down, but you need to hit a non-land with the Seasoned Dungeoneer to get a counter on it.
So he's getting us when he doesn't mean he wants to just like get back Minsk and Boo or something.
Well, he's fetching as well.
Another fetch land.
This must be an Uro then. He wants to play Uro and keep relevant cards in the graveyard. Okay, so
makes sense, right? Because he's got Mystic Sanctuary. Yeah. So he can put something on top and then draw that with Uro, right?
Maybe he puts Force Will on top and draws it with Uro.
Yeah, that sounds smart.
So he's got an iteration in hand as well. He puts Brainstorm on top. Okay.
Works.
Remember, guys, this is open deck lists, so both players know each other's deck very well. So Marc is going to know there's no chalice. So he's looking at this Brainstorm, thinking this is the best thing I can have. So he's going to draw it with the Uro and be able to like Brainstorm straight away.
Keeping a fetch land in the yard because he's also playing live from below.
Yes.
So next sequence of events, we're probably going to grow our Seasoned Dungeoneer, right? Yeah. We can even like get in and try to get the Explorer, and then post combat we Palace Jailer.
Yeah. He got the Brainstorm because there's a Terminus in hand. So he'll get Terminus. I think this is going to end very badly for Marc though, because there's the Palace Jailer in hand as we know. So he gets to just play the second planes that he got last turn off the initiative. Sacks the City of Traders, but that's fine. He's got another one to follow up with the following turn. He gets to Palace Jailer the Uro. and he's going to have the board, he's going to have the initiative and the monarch, and like just control deck's going to struggle with that.
By the way, is Mark's life total 20 correct? Didn't he like fetch a couple of times?
Yeah.
Forest and stuff?
He'll be a bit less.
Yeah.
So I believe the players are controlling their life totals. So I think he's fetched 3
Can we please issue a warning for Mark here? First commentator warning for Mark. No, seriously.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got the Palace Jailer coming in. And
it's different to a normal warning. It's a coverage warning.
You can get infinite of those, but players don't know it.
Yeah. So here's where I thought Mark might have put the Forcible on top. Again, hindsight is 50. We see the player's hands, so I'm not a prophet. But he's brainstorming here, really hoping to hit a force for this Palace Jailer, because this Jailer is absolutely brutal.
Yeah, and it's going to take forever for him to ever get the monarchy back, right?
Yeah.
If ever.
Yeah, so it resolves.
So Rodrigo's soon gonna have like the initiative and the monarchy. Like
Soon,
that
like
never
right
ends.
now.
Yeah. That never ends well for like people when like some kind of monarch has like the initiative.
No, this is already looking rough for Marc. Marc has an expressive iteration in hand and another land, I believe I saw. Didn't see the third card. Yeah, so here we see Explore. He gets to draw a land as well. So next thing he can fill up with the Ancient Tomb and not even have to play the City of Traders. I guess a Lotus
Rodrigo with some sneaky advertisement for a stream, using the token over there.
Yeah, the Shark Man himself. Yeah, this is as we predicted, right? So we saw, again, off camera, but in the Swiss, we saw them play and Marc win off the back of Life from the Lumen Wasteland. This is just not how this game has gone. Rodrigo opened with the basic planes into a threat. So he has the Terminus that we saw, but this is just not good. Like, that Dungeoneer is essentially already drawn like roughly 2 cards. You got the land, and then you got 2 Scry, and the Palace Jailer has already replaced itself, and it's introduced these 2, like the Initiative and the Monarch.
So this is basically the spot where you would really want to flash in something like Endurance to seal everything back.
Yeah.
But Marc is not playing Endurance.
Well, Minsk would be perfect here, right?
Oh yeah, Minsk would be. But we have the Solitude.
We have the Solitude.
Yeah.
But obviously, Marc doesn't know that and can't play around it. So this is where you'd want it.
Like for him, this like looks to be like an okay spot if he actually has Minsk here, right?
Yes.
But I think he doesn't.
He doesn't. I think it's an expressive iteration.
A white card.
Source Splash.
Oh, that's also Blow. Yeah, he's got those dragon alterations.
Yeah. And he knows that he's not going to be able to like play a Minsk off this, so these iterations, kind of.
Oh, that's not 3 lands? No, I think it was an Uro, right?
2 lands and maybe an Uro. Okay.
Yeah.
So, he's going to play the land, probably play the Uro as well then, it is.
Oh, no, that's not Splashes, yeah. Okay,
Splashes. Yeah, this is an awful spot for control. The board's clear. You would think it's good for control, but it's just.
I mean, this is exactly why you play the deck on Rodrigo's side, right? This is why you play the initiative stuff. A lot of times when you play like these stoppy decks, you maneuver yourself in exactly this kind of position, and without like the monarchy and initiative, this is bad for you as a stoppy deck. Yeah. I mean, notwithstanding that Rodrigo actually has like 18 cards in hand, but I mean, usually like this is supposed to be like a bad spot.
What's crazy is like he's been Terminus for 2 threats. He's had something Force, a creature, but he's just got like all his cards and threats in hand. He's got 2 Archons. He's got Chaos Adventurer. Got Solitude, you can see 2 more lands, Ancient Tomb and the City of Traders, Lotus Petal to class the Chaos Adventurer. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him just go like Ancient Tomb, Lotus Petal. He has a treasure from the initiative as well.
Nice.
So I think he's just going to play Chaos Adventurer. He could play double Archon as well. That does insulate him a bit from Mitsubu's. But I think the Chaos Adventure is just too powerful.
So double Archon is double Archon. You know what's amazing? I was gonna say double Archon is awkward because he knows that Marc has a second Mystic Sanctuary, but Archon makes his Mystic Sanctuary come to play tapped.
True.
And if it comes to play tapped, even though you have enough islands, you don't get to put something on top.
It specifies it comes to play untapped. You have to get it. Also, you can't play 2 Archons on a turn because the first one stops the second one. I just realised.
Oh, you dirty cheater here. Which kind of token is that? That's amazing.
That is, I think it's a 4-1 skeleton with menace.
Oh, he went down that road. What's that room called?
Catacombs.
Oh, you actually need
Catacombs with an S at the end. Oh yeah, I'm a dungeon room master.
Yeah. Is that what they call it? Is it like a Dungeon Dragons thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so 4-1 skeleton, they are ready to do anything they want.
So
that's Rodrigo and Zafir just like getting some brand new information. That's supposed to be Rodrigo? I guess I can see it, yeah. Okay.
The token is, it's by Jeff Laudenstein, who does, I think, Show and Tell. Yeah, he does Show and Tell. So he's obviously gone up to him at an event and got him to draw him a picture. Very nice. Rodrigo's a fan of like custom cards, lots of signed cards, all this stuff. But again, so now Rodrigo's one initiative, 1 upkeep off from the last room. He's going to get another threat. And this is just nothing that... You can play 5 expected iterations here. They're not going to keep up with it because it's producing card advantage. He's still got the Monarch.
Rodrigo is actually like in danger of like having to discard at the end of turn at some point.
Yeah. I honestly, I think we're already in garbage time.
Yeah, pretty much,
What do
right?
you think? Yeah.
We're gonna call it garbage time. Poggers out in chat for garbage time.
Yeah. F's in the chat, as they say.
Yeah,
I think again, like this is just the pressure of this initiative. Like, so Control just had to have like a bit of removal and a force into Minsk and Boo, and then nothing happened to the Minsk and Boo as well. I think that's the answer to it. I mean, again, we saw Wasteland alone being an effective engine to stop the deck as well, but he's playing 3 or 4 basics, enough basics to play through it. And again, you get the first basic off the initiative, so you are insulated from that somewhat. He's playing Mox Diamonds as well. It's hard to manage with this deck. They play Lotus Petals.
Marc finds the Loam. The Loam is gonna get him like, I guess, some of fetch lands. But the best thing you can actually do with the fetch lands is like put them back for Brainstorm, I guess, if you ever find that.
We see another Forcible in hand.
Yeah.
But
that's not like the kind of game you want to play, right? All of the Force of Wills in the world, they don't do anything without card advantage.
No, I mean, the next threat from Rodrigo is coming in off the initiative anyway. It's going to come in, it's going to have 3/1/1 counters, it's going to have Hexproof into the next turn.
You know what Marc actually told me about one way to build the deck? And Nif actually told me like that he kind of like came up with it. So the idea is you play a turn to dress down as White Bloom Adventure attacks you, and then you flash an Endurance. It stays in play. You ambush the White Bloom Adventurer, and you untap and steal the initiative.
Nice.
And he actually tried that for a bit, but he wasn't like super convinced of it.
Yeah.
But that's a really cool way to do it. I would love to see something like that on camera.
Yeah. That's an excellent play. I know that some people, Andy Fernandez, a bit of a brewer extraordinaire, he was playing blue-white, like with initiative cards. He has a White Plume Adventurer. He was playing like back to basics and tons of basics and hull breaches and stuff. So he said part of his like plan is to just go turn 2 dress down and flash in a Solitude. Yeah.
Okay, if you ever get the Peacekeeper off of the ultimate, what's the ultimate dungeon called? Room?
Oh, you've got me here.
Ultimate room. Okay, chat. If chat knows, let us know in chat. So I guess I would guess we're gonna name Minsk and Boo, right?
I think so. Honestly, look, there's 3 Flooded Strands. Can you ignore that value to name? Make them cost to each, but I think he does. I don't think you name that here. There's a Force of Will. He can already hardcast or draw a blue card and just pay 2 more. I think he would name something that's not in his hand. He can name the low.
So actually, let's say he draws Minsk and Boo. How much is it going to be? It's like 6 to cast, right?
You'll need 8 mana overall.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and next turn it's going to have 8. Yeah, but it's like... It's still the best you can do, right?
He also just knows he has nothing now. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, even just seeing the hand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just like... He has got kind of nothing, right? Because there's still like the threat of the second Sanctuary into another Terminus. Or has the Terminus been exiled to Uro? I'm not sure. We can't see the entire red.
I think there's 2 swords and iteration alone.
Yeah.
And Rodrigo still has a full hand. It's crazy. He's got 2 Archons, Eiganjo, Mountain, City Traders, Solitude, and the last card is a Lotus Petal, I believe.
How did Marc actually go up to 23 now? Is he cheating?
Lots of heroes.
Okay, that counts. Yeah, sure.
He hasn't been attacked very much. He's just getting buried in cards.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Marc playing his hand open because he knows we're in garbage time. So the way initiative works is once you complete the dungeon, you can just go back into it again.
Yeah, so next time it triggers, you search for a land again?
Yep, you just go back in. Yeah. So, Marc's fetching, maybe getting another Missing Sanctuary.
Yeah, I know Marc's mannerism. When he plays a land like that, like where he just like keeps it like this, it's just like, dude, I'm
done.
But he still needs to play it out, you know?
Yeah.
So maybe that's like a weird sequence of events where he gets there.
Missing Sanctuary's offline, of course.
By the way, this is the kind of game where you want to treat the Angels for.
Yes. Angels would just win this.
Yeah,
straight
exactly.
up.
End of turn, like brainstorm and treat the Angels, get him.
Yeah.
Actually, you couldn't do that. That's Arcan.
You can't Sanctuary it.
Yeah, no, you can't like end of turn brainstorm into it.
No.
But you can do it in your main phase, I guess.
Yeah, you can just draw it. Yeah. Maybe Treat. Maybe Treat makes sees a comeback against
Is this the future? Like, people have been doing like Triumph of St. Catherine.
Yeah.
Which is like minion treat.
Yeah. We saw today, I took a picture and posted on Twitter, Triumph of St. Catherine plus Comet the dog.
Comet Dog
versus Unchained Berserker. This is our format now. What do you think of that?
You have to explain what Unchained Berserker does, because I think most people don't know.
Unchained Berserker is a 1/1 for 1 in the red, and it has protection from white. Basically,
that's it?
When it attacks, it gets +2/+0. But basically, it's a 2-drop in red that has pro-white. That's what we want. So the deck is, again, Rodrigo has red for Curse of Ventura, but most of the initiative lists are mono-white, so they're pretty cool to it. You can trade with the skeleton you get from Catacombs, and you can Ganjo it, so it's not like totally dead. I've seen some lists start to play other answers. You can play Walking Ballista, I think it's a good one. But here we're seeing another Arkham came down. We're just again in garbage time. The United PC will have smacked in for 6 because 3/3 vigilance with 3 more counters from the initiative, and then Rodrigo's already gone into the next room. He's going to got another basic land.
How many dungeons do you think Rodrigo is going to complete before the game actually ends? Do you think he's going to get to the end of the second one?
No, I don't think we're going to quite get there. I think there's going to be like 2 more turns, maybe 3, but.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh, I'm proved so wrong. Not even.
Marc is like, no. I'm not gonna have that.
There's no way.
Okay, so here's the thing. I just verified because I had a feeling when I looked at Rodrigo's track list, I saw a card called Defender of Chaos, and the last time I saw the card was when in 8th grade when I was on a student exchange in England, in like 1999, and I was like, that can't be it.
Defender of Chaos.
Defender of Chaos. You know what it does?
No.
I just verified because I thought this can't be it. Defender of Chaos is actually an Urza's Legacy card, and
I don't even know this card.
Okay, Defender of Chaos. I'm actually going to show it to you.
Oh my god.
You will know it now.
Defender of Chaos. So, oh my god, he's actually playing this?
He's playing this, yeah.
This is sick.
I last time played this like literally almost 25 years ago.
Is there any way to get a card?
Can we get a card on screen? Can we show this card on screen?
Yeah.
Actually, we can put it like into. Should I do it like this? Okay, we do it.
Camera isn't.
Oh, okay. This is Oh, I would never have guessed this.
Okay, people, you can almost read it, right?
Defender of Chaos. So, tell them what it does.
Yeah. So it's probably a knight. Maybe it's a human knight by now. I don't know if it has a rata. Actually, yeah, it's a human knight. Oh, see, so smart. Okay.
Kevin Human.
Kevin. It's a 2/1 for 2 colorless and a red. It has protection from white and flash.
That's really good. I can't believe I'd say this card is good in Legacy.
Rodrigo probably has this for the mirror, right? So you get to see back the initiative like all the time.
Yeah,
that's insane. It's not going to come in here actually. Now that we hyped it up all that much.
No.
Honestly though, it can't be Sons of Plowshares.
It can't. It can be hit by Minsk and like. Block.
Yeah, but if Minsk already starts hitting your creatures, that's already like.
I guess so.
Yeah, maybe it's coming in. I don't know.
Togores won the mirror on camera.
Togores won the mirror with that on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Yeah. That is amazing.
That is cool.
So okay,
wow.
let's check out Marc's deck list. So what do you think Marc is actually going to bring in here?
So basically, Marc has his sideboard is a Containment Priest. Doesn't want it here. He has 2 Mental Blasts, obviously not. Carpet Flowers, Hydro Blast, Meltdowns. He probably doesn't bring in Meltdown. He might bring it in if he's not open deck lists and he just makes Chalice.
It is open deck list, right?
So this is open deck list now. In the Swiss, he might have, but basically he has a Torpor, which is good against the deck.
Yeah, really good.
Torpor is very
second
good.
Terminus, right?
And second Terminus.
So you don't think he's going to bring in some Blue Blast for like what are the red cards in Rodrigo's list? Let's go down here.
Well, we have that flash thing we just talked about.
Yeah.
Defender of Chaos.
Have some respect for Defender of Chaos, right?
Sorry.
Aren't you like into Chaos and everything?
Yes, yeah. I'm a Chaos fan.
But Chaos doesn't need defending. Chaos just spreads.
No, I don't think there's any world he brings in Hydro Blasts here. There's 4 Chaos of Chaos Adventurer and 2 Defender of Chaos on the red cards.
What is this like Rodrigo playing red for? Nothing.
No, that's it. Chaos of Chaos Adventurer, basically.
So what's Rodrigo bringing in? Help us out.
So Rodrigo has 2 more Swords of Plowshares. I actually feel like he brings them in.
Okay, just to really make sure that he's going to take the initiative.
For Uro and defending the initiative and taking out the mid, like when stacking and stuff. I'm not sure. He already has Solitudes and 2 Swords main deck, so maybe that's enough, but I think it's not bad. 2 Containment Priest, you don't want that.
2 Chalice of the Void. Actually, it puts Marc in like this really weird spot where you don't really want to bring in Meltdown.
Yeah.
But like 2 Chalice of the Void could be like super awkward.
I don't know if he even brings Chalice in, honestly.
Okay.
It's just.
I mean, it turns off Marc's swords. That's something.
Swords, Brainstorms, Ponders, but like, I don't know. I just feel like all of his other cards are better, just like Slam Threats.
So in the Swiss, I saw him bring in the Mind Sensors.
Okay, so you must bring in the Mind Sensors then, because Marc has tons of fetches, and it's just a flash threat. Seems fine, not exciting, but fine. And then there's 2 Cathar Commandos, we don't really want to hear. 2 Loran, similar card, you don't really want to hear. There's not Artificer Enchantments to hit. Then the Defender of Chaos, it does dodge Source of Plowshares and Prismatic Ending. I don't know, it just feels a bit.
I mean, it depends on you actually have something to take out. Like you would usually take out, I would guess, like Lotus Petals or something.
Yeah, so here he'll pick up some mana, probably like trim a Mox Diamond or 2, and like Lotus Petals could be trimmed.
Touch the Spirit Realm. I mean, it answers Minsk. No, it doesn't answer Minsk.
Yeah,
it does. Yeah.
So you can channel it, and so that it can't even get forced. So here, right, they're drawing the next hand. So we'll see. We'll find out what they've done. So I think it's minimal sideboarding for both of them. Mm-hmm. So we actually already see an even mind sensor in.
Oh, dude, I'm. It's even a foil one. Absolutely, I'm an absolute sucker for even mind sensor. As a lot of people who watch my stream or listen to our podcast now.
Yeah. Here we see Legacy Staple Plateau discarded.
Oh, that's the best use you can get out of this.
This is a great start. Again,
turn 1, big threat.
Archon, it's just so annoying. You have to deal with it.
And what does Marc actually have in hand? So we see Uro, Brainstorm, and once again forcing out the end of turn Brainstorm, which you don't really want to do in spaces like this.
I expect this is in response as well.
Yeah, it must be, right? Technically, maybe there's a combination of cards he finds that makes him want to force this.
Because he
actually has force.
He has 2 forces, so he's picking one.
He might actually go for it.
I think he will, and again, Rodrigo will be absolutely chuffed with this. It's one of these cards. It's just it's a him, right? But it's a him where if it resolves, it's really good as well.
Yeah. If they have to force a fully turn 1 play, that's always a good feeling.
Yeah. And again, Togores is amazing. This is the best mana he can have to start. Mox Diamond plus Ancient Tomb.
And then you get wastelanded. You're right. You're right. If you want to get the turn 1 3-drop,
So one threat into another threat, you can't ask for better.
So what are we expecting from Marc's side? Assuming he forces this, I can't really see what his mana-based situation is like. If it's fetch lands, then he must force it. Otherwise, time walks himself multiple times.
If he has a swords in hand, he might not, because he can just untap and swords it. Mm-hmm. We have seen Togores plays Cavern of Souls, I believe. So he may. Okay. So Terminus is essentially a swords here.
I mean, that's still a good trade for Rodrigo, right?
Yeah.
That's already one of them done.
Yeah.
It's just always awkward, when the fetch lands can put another Terminus on top. In a way, it's almost it either makes Rodrigo overcommit, but he can't really stop the Terminus.
You know what's going to happen?
Help me out.
Rodrigo's going to play land and pass.
Is that it? It's the least exciting thing ever.
Do you think there's going to be flash threats in his hand?
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude.
He actually does have a case of Curse of Ventura as well.
Oh, so he's actually going to make a decision.
We're going to see him slam it instead of get forced.
Yeah. He's going to slam it, right? Because there's no threat of
But the mine's so tempting. Oh my god.
And Marc must be super aware of it, because Marc, when I say he walked into it, it sounded like he made a mistake. No, it's just it happened to him in the Swiss. And that was a really big deal, he had to force it. So we might actually see a repeat of what actually happened in the Swiss here, sequencing-wise.
I feel like Rodrigo should be slamming the Cave of Chaos Adventure just because it's open deck list. If he just plays a land and passes, the Eve Mindset is so telegraphed, and Marc gets to just play another land and pass back and carry on with life.
Yeah, and the thing is, what if Marc plays a fetch land and passes, then you still want to play it end of turn?
And then you're just porting 3 mana each turn. So here we see, I think this is the way to go. Slams down the Caves of Curse Adventurer. I mean, this has to get.
It's a 5-3, right?
5-3 indeed. 5-3 trample. When it attacks, you exile the top card of your library and you can play it to the end of your turn.
What?
Yeah. And if you've completed the dungeon, you can play without paying its mana cost.
This gets better every turn.
Yeah. I mean, he's splashing a color in a deck.
I can't believe I was trashing this card when we talked about a month ago or something.
It's good. It's really, really, really good.
And so Marc agrees, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, call me crazy, but I think Marc has to be really happy to be able to force this.
I mean, it's not the worst situation for Marc right now. Thus far he has handled the first 2 things, even though they're pretty substantial cost.
Yeah.
I would guess Marc wants a Sim library here, something like that.
Yeah. He wants some. I think he would want to express frustration. This is where he's already had to go -1 card to with the Force of Will. The Brainstorm was cast not perfectly to terminus away the Archon. Mm-hmm. So here we go. Nice. This is what he needs. He needs to now find he needs to go land. If it's a fetch, pre-fetch before a Mind Sensor can get down.
We saw a Ponder there.
He's got a Force of Will in hand.
He's got the third Force of Will? No, it's the second Force of Will. Okay.
Yeah, second Force of Will. But ideally he would have land. He'd have a sword or something, or some removal, and then into Minskaboo. Again, look, we're saying Minskaboo every. He does it with his hand as well.
Is this a format Initiative against Minskaboo?
Basically.
And then there's some Doomsday and Demo players around.
I've heard of them. I've heard of those decks.
And of course, Cephalid Breakfast, as we'll see more later on, maybe.
Cephalid Breakfast, I mean, I think this is a really good way to attack the initiative deck, is play a pretty fast combo that has some resiliency. Mm-hmm. We see Cephalid Breakfast has Force of Will and Dazes. These are good cards against the initiative deck. And again, the deck can just kill on turn 2.
Yeah, that's the worst. You feel okay, I got everything covered now. I don't have the turn 2 kill covered.
Yeah.
So what do we see? Marc looks at, I believe, at another Force of Will.
He has another Force of Will in hand. He has a Minsk in hand as well.
Yeah, I think he might have drawn us.
Okay, so he has Brainstorm, Iteration, Minskaboo, and Force.
Right? Yeah.
I don't think that the Ponder had a 4th land, so he was really not sure. But let's keep the Ponder to take like a guaranteed blue card for the Force of Will. But I think all the cards were good. We saw a Brainstorm found off it as well. So I couldn't quite see. Maybe he untaps and slams the 4th land. He gets to force whatever threat comes down here. So we see Palace Jailer draw.
Palace Jailer is another sweet one. Like you can even like randomly smash it, right? And it's just like have the monarchy forever.
Yeah. So that's Palace Jailer.
That's what's happening here.
If Marc has a land on top, he lets it resolve. If he doesn't, he just has to force this. Does he have a land on top? He might. I think he doesn't have a land on top though. That's the thing, and it's really awkward. If he did, this would be such a good play for him. Like he would just let it resolve instantly. Like yeah, sure. I'll make my 4/4 hamster smash you in the face.
Take everything back.
Yeah. And then they're fighting on. Yeah, he gets to attack with the Jailer back, but then he gets the Minsker Boot to attack him again.
I was gonna say like the moment Marc untaps, he can just like unleash hell on Rodrigo.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he has the land on top, and now he's really worried about a Solitude, but he does have the Force for that. So maybe the other thing is also he might not want to introduce the initiative into the Monarch into this game, right? Togores' deck is built around playing it, defending it, because we actually see Egg Andrew in his hand as well, which is very good against Minsker Boot. He's got the mana to do it as a 4/4. So if we see a Force, it either means no 4th land on top, or he doesn't want this mechanic in the game currently. We do see the Force.
Force pitching Brainstorm that leaves him with Minsker Boot and Expressive Duration.
Yeah.
And assuming he doesn't draw a land, it's probably going to be like straight Expressive Duration. If this is a land...
He has
kaboom!
It. Kaboom. All right. So this is huge. As we said, Minsker Boot versus Initiative format. This is it.
You should write articles, dude.
I mean, this is why they pay me to be on the podcast.
Oh, do we?
Oh yeah, in beers.
Okay.
You pay me in beers.
Okay. So yeah, actually, what? How do you get back from this? Like, if you're Rodrigo, like the game went kind of well for you, but everything you had was handled, and now Marc is sitting there with like one card in hand.
Yeah.
So if Rodrigo had any way to get rid, actually, how do you get rid of the Minsker Boot here? Is there any way to, like the hamster gets in? Like you need like a haste. Chaos doesn't have haste.
No, he's behind.
Oh, it's touch the spirit, right?
It can only target creatures and artifacts, not planeswalkers.
Didn't you? I even asked you when we were cycling. I was like, can I actually target planeswalkers? You're like, yeah, I can.
No, that was Otawara.
No, I was talking about touch the spirit.
No, 100% you were talking about Otawara.
Oh, Chat is gonna decide who's right here. Why would I talk about Otawara in the first place?
I don't know.
Also shoutouts, like Kai is gonna give us so much shit. It's actually called Otawara.
Wait, look at this. He made Minsk and just sacked it to draw a card.
Okay.
So he's just like, yeah, I can make it bigger next turn as well. That awkwardly walks into the Egg Andrew. He can like Egg Andrew in combat. But Marc, I think this is a smart play. So now his hand is Iteration and Unknown. He recognizes the Minsker Boot is amazing, but he needs to draw into some more interaction, I think, to keep the board clear.
So what do we actually see in Rodrigo? Is it actually Touch the Spirit Realm?
Yeah, it's Touch the Spirit Realm, Aether Mindset still, Egg Andrew, and...
Aether Mindset would be a way to kill the Minsk, right?
Yes, okay. And I think it's a Source of Power Chest in hand as well. It's one of the alternate arts, I'm not very good at it. Actually, this is all of a sudden looking pretty good for...
I mean, it depends on what Marc is going to draw, right? Marc says like the Expressive Duration as well.
That's true.
So
if you can find a removal spell for the Aether Mind Sensor, which is this big game, what's the He's playing main phase.
Interesting.
So that's just playing around, like, drawing
Hardcast Force of Will or something.
Hardcast Force of Will, or like be able to play cantrips into it, or like being able to play a fetch land and then passing priority.
Oh, that's actually smart. Yeah. If you just like wait, Marc plays a fetch land, then you're in this awkward spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Heads up play by Rodrigo there.
Yeah, Flash. Usually flashed in, but sometimes better. I think it's a common play with like Hull Breach and Opposition Agent. Sometimes you just want to get them down.
And Marc actually brought in the Blue Blast. We saw Blue Blast in the same round. So that's really only going to go after Caves of Chaos Adventure.
Oh, okay, so he's gone to put 4 counters on the thing, and he has a Source of Power Chest response. And Marc now really needs to find a removal spell for the Aether Mind Sensor. Really badly, otherwise it gets to attack the mins down. He said maybe this him sacking into the guard, biting him now.
Well, was it like a greedy or conservative play?
I don't actually know.
It's like a middle of the road play, right?
Yeah. Because I feel like it was. It's either end of the spectrum, and I can't really tell. We need to get in Marc's head. Can someone, coverage team, tap into Marc's head?
We need to get into some hazmat suits to go there.
Lobotomy.
Okay, so what do we see here?
So he either felt like Minsker Boot wasn't powerful enough to carry the game on its own, or he felt like he was ahead enough and nothing bad can happen if he draws a card. It is interesting because he could have attacked him for 4 and the next turn sacked.
There's a Terminus.
Terminus.
That goes to the bottom of the array. Okay.
Yeah. Do we see what you put in his hand?
Another iteration. Is that a high tide?
No, he has a Force of Will, a Hydro Blast, and another
Okay,
Restoration.
close enough.
That means Minskaboo is dying. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That means
As we are informed that we have a lot of food here, like this is honestly also for commentators and for being on coverage. Big shout outs to the whole crew. Like we're being like, I'm actually considering not playing this anymore. I just want to do coverage. This is amazing.
Yeah.
We're getting like food, paninis, and like crisps.
we have Peanuts and Extraordinaire, Runkle with us doing the coverage as well.
Yeah, big shout out to Ronco by
Yeah.
the way. What's your Twitter handle again? At Ronco?
No, VLLMR.
Oh, that's too. We're okay. We LLAL. Okay. Okay. it's-
VLLMR.
Awesome, dude. This guy is making everything run here.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
now we see
The magic.
Aaron Mindcenter take down the Minskaboo, and
This is where we're back to like step one, where we thought when he slammed the Minskaboo, I thought, wow, he's getting ahead, but I feel like it's a little bit greedy. But again, we need to get into his head. He is here in the top 8, and I'm not, so you know, I don't want to like just like
you know what I like? The Aaron Mindcenter is also shutting down the fetch line for Mystic Sanctuary.
Yeah.
It almost feels like your opponent has like an insane top deck stored the entire time.
Yeah.
When you know your opponent is about to insanely top deck at some point, it's such a bad feeling.
We see a Torpor here.
And
So we see a Torpor, a fetch land, and something in his hand. Torpor, actually not too late as well. Like we've not seen either the Monarch or the Initiative enter the game, so it's okay. There's a fetch land on the bottom because the Mindset's shutting off. There's a Tundra in hand.
Is that a Sons of Plowshares, an altered one? So
think
get
so.
the Tropper Orc, and that
Okay.
should be another Sons of Plowshares.
So now it's Hydro Blast, Force of Will, a Source of
that's
Plowshares,
swords.
and Torpor in play. Okay, this is looking pretty even then.
Just take 2, down
Take
to
2.
8. I mean, 8 is getting dangerously close to dying.
I mean, he can now find an Uro, hopefully. He does have the sword.
You say that like, oh yeah, I just got draw over. It's just like that's how it goes. That's how I win my games.
You know what? These blue decks
Actually, he has
never
Uro,
run out of
but
stuff.
he has Tropper Orc, right? It's kind of awkward.
No, it's great. You don't have to
Yeah, but-
escape it.
Yeah, but you also don't get any benefit. Oh, but once you start attacking,
You
you
just
do.
play it and then it attacks next turn.
Yeah. So it's basically like delayed Primitive Titan kind of.
Yeah. Okay, so we see it touch the Spirit Realm. Target the Torpor roll. Do you force this?
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's the right answer. I like not forcing it, I think.
Yeah.
So
I think
Rodrigo only has 2 cards left in hand, and the Force could just force up the red.
I was just gonna say, right? You have to somewhat gamble at least. You have to gamble on Rodrigo not having any of these cards.
Yeah.
And he has kind of telegraphed that he doesn't have them, so you gotta take that. I mean, it's not even like I don't even want to call it a risk.
Yeah, I think we see a pretty heads-up play here. If Mark's going to fetch, there's 2 Mindsets, right? Or maybe he just doesn't want to. Okay, he's not going to fetch. I was thinking like maybe he wants to take one out.
Ooh, good card.
Slam!
Season
Slam!
Dungeoneer. Is that how you play the game?
Yeah. This is Slam Dungeoneer. So I think we'll see a Hardcast Force.
I need to go to the school of Callum to learn how to do this.
I just slam your shit
Okay.
on the board.
So how quickly is this gonna kill? Like it's.
He's going to get forced.
You think so? Oh
Hardcast
yeah.
Hardcast
Just
Force.
like Hardcast Frost. And
Put
what
iteration on top.
Oh my god. You know what we need? We need an iteration count. How many iterations have actually been cast this game?
In my last round, I played against Stefan Schultz of Lyra Delver. Pretty sure he cast like 10 iterations.
10?
He didn't actually, but it felt like that.
I mean, Marc's deck gets pretty close
The
because
third feels like the 5th, and then the 5th feels like the 10th. And it's just like,
you just get lost in between.
Yeah.
You know, he's playing Throt, so you can actually put back like both Mystic Sanctuaries into his
Yeah.
hand and like get them back.
the one of Thor.
I feel like Marc has like an emblem that says at the beginning of your first main phase, play Expressive Iteration.
Yeah.
He's like put it under as a concept or something.
Yeah. I mean, I would take that emblem.
I mean, yeah, it's not, but yeah.
It'd be like on a Planeswalker, how much does the Planeswalker cost, and what's the ultimate? You get an Expressive Iteration emblem.
Whoa. The ultimate would be
5 mana, and you have to have it in play for 3 turns or something?
Yeah, I think 6 mana.
Okay.
And then like you can somewhat like level it with like the other 2 abilities. Yeah.
Alright, I think we see Mark pulling ahead here now. He's found the Euro, as you said. He's got Minsk and Boo, so a Hydro Blast up. Rodrigo has 2 cards now. One of them is a Seasoned Dungeoneer though. Yeah. So we're gonna see, yeah. So in the background, Runkor is just dabbing. Dab. And we know there's not a Force. There's a Hydro Blast looking quite sad. but this is a 3/4.
It took us like 20 minutes to first get like into the dungeon.
Yeah,
Like, this
This is the longest dungeon we've seen.
If I was playing this campaign, I would like be pretty disappointed. Like we walked all the way up to the dungeon for 20 minutes, and that better be worth it now.
Marc now gets to slam Minskaboo, attack with a 4/4, take the initiative back. If he draws a removal spell, it's just crazy for him for the Dungeoneer. He's draws. He's got Minsk, Hydro Blast, and another Minsk. Yeah, 2 Minsks.
Yeah, all the Minsk in the world. As more beer comes in, that's how you do it. And not for me, I don't
Our
drink beer.
hosts are the most incredible. So we're getting handed beers. Thank you. Grazie.
Grazie mille. Okay, so decks get shuffled. No, not for me. Thank you. People are cheering, like, okay, I'm
So,
going to Coca-Cola.
we're all cheering.
There's also other products like 7-Up and Pepsi and something.
So, sorry everyone, we've been covered in beer. This is, again,
Covered in beer, that'd be the most amazing card.
covered in beer.
Like all the okay, anyway.
What do you do here? So there's 2 Minsk and Boo.
It's actually kind of awkward, right? Because we thought like Marc could actually like take over this game, even though he's like no non-permanence. So let's see.
I think he plays Minsk and Boo, makes a 4/4 attacks, take the initiative back.
I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense,
And
right?
then, what's really good, so the Dungeoneer gets to attack, and
The Dungeoneer might actually... Okay, he goes for... The thing is, like, if you don't go for Uro, the Dungeoneer might actually kill you.
Yes,
If it explores and, like, put something in the graveyard, then you're dead. Unless you have, like, a removal spell.
No, it's a 6, so...
It's 3, then it becomes a 5, and then if it explores...
It only becomes a 5 if you have the initiative in your upkeep. So
see,
he would take it with
I was
Minsk
misplaying
Boo.
that so many, like, actually once. My
really?
opponent had logic me to it, so I didn't, like, actually... But I was like, okay, let's do it... Oh, no, you have to wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
In hindsight, I actually like Marc's play here.
Yeah.
Playing the Euro, getting it down, drawing more cards. If in doubt, draw cards. And does he have access to a second Mystic Sanctuary to get off?
He has 2 Mystic Sanctuaries in the deck.
So he can get. Does he have swords in the graveyard? That'd be big.
He might have 7.
7 swords, fine. As all control decks do.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got a mountain. So his hand is the Chaos Adventurer. He's going to be finally paid off having Hydro Blast. So if Marc has a sword, which he can in the graveyard, which he can get off the Misty Rainforest for a Sanctuary, he is like locked to win this game, I think. So
That's going to give us a third game then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll see a third game.
Okay.
So it's because Rodrigo's hand is just Mountain, Chaos Adventurer, and then which will get Hydro Blasted, and then the Dungeoneer couldn't attack, but
Marc's going to be so happy that he finally gets to connect with his card.
yeah, this is like I was about to say this is the most fast slam ever, but Marc taking his time, like, do I Hydro Blast the only red spell in your deck? Okay, we see a beautiful beta Hydro Blast, I think it is. And yeah, Togores passing back actually.
Oh, Rodrigo didn't even like put something on the creature. He just like scryed for 2.
Scryed 2, yeah.
Do you see where that was to the bottom or the top?
I didn't actually.
Okay.
This is when the beers were coming in.
I mean, this is also when not being able to see that comes in, I guess.
Look, we have priorities here.
Well, they might have the initiative, but we have drinks.
I like it.
Good. So Marc is fetching at end of turn still, probably like you mentioned for Mystic Sanctuary. Are we going to see another Expressive Iteration?
I think you just grab swords here.
Think so? I know that Marc can be quite greedy. On the other hand, like eventually,
Look,
if you don't have any swords left in the deck, like what are you iterationing for?
There we go.
anyway?
There's the sword. Stop
okay.
being greedy, Julian.
Ah, okay.
Even Marc is not going to be that greedy.
Yeah.
So he gets the swords, the Dungeoneer, play Minsk and Boo. This has got to be game. He's got a blue card in hand. I think it's a dress down in hand as well.
Is it?
I believe so.
Okay.
It's like a funny printing.
Do you just like attack here first of all? Oh no, you want the Minsk and Boo, right?
Yeah. I think you just Minsk and Boo,
And Rodrigo might actually scoop it up, right?
yeah. So by playing the Euro last turn, he's also playing around Solitude somewhat by getting 2 attackers, and he just
See, I call
Yeah.
it.
Well played. Yeah. All right. Marc forces a game 3.
And Rodrigo's gonna be on the play.
Rodrigo's going to be on the play. That's bad news for Marc, obviously. Hard hitting.
Like, can you imagine, like, what do you do if you're Marc? If Rodrigo goes like, Ancient Tomb, Lotus Petal, or Ancient Tomb, Chromox, pass.
Yeah.
And you wanna play your turn 1 Ponder? You can't do it, right?
Wait, Marc's picking his deck away.
Huh?
Marc's picking his deck away.
Yeah, maybe he just like wants to.
Go to the toilet, wouldn't you?
Yeah, might be.
So we still have 47 minutes on the time, so it's not to do with that. We'll try and find
I mean,
out.
47 minutes for this kind of matchup should be fine, right?
Yeah.
Oh, both players are putting their stuff away?
Did we miss game 1? Is there any
No,
chance?
this is gonna be a third game. This is definitely gonna be a third game. There's no way this is over.
It's not over till the fat lady sings.
Yeah, Marc just like gave us a wave.
I think he's going to the toilet.
Yeah,
Yeah. We see Rodrigo still.
Yeah, okay. And Rodrigo's gonna like take a stack, like put in some more cards. Just choke, island, boil. Yeah, you could put boil into the stack.
You could put boil into the stack.
Should we just run over, give him some boils?
Oh my god.
Like he's even laughing.
The boil mirror. The boil mirror.
That's easy. He's gonna put on some boils.
Yeah. Maybe Marc will take out some of his iterations down to 10. Just, it's enough.
Okay, actually, we can actually see what Rodrigo's doing. That's amazing.
Yeah, so I think both players, again, as I said, have minimal sideboarding, and there's.
Oh, interesting. So he's putting Peacekeeper to the top.
Did we see Chalices in his deck? This is what I'm most interested in.
Oh,
we see Cathar Commando.
So what's that doing for us in this matchup? It has like flash, I guess.
Yeah.
Top Orb. Oh, it's one of the few ways we can actually take on Top Orb. Yeah, that's a good point.
He has Touch the Spirit Realm as well. He has 2 main, one side, I believe. So, again...
I mean, it's quite convenient. You flash it in, you take back the initiative, and then you take on Top Orb, something like that. Yeah.
I think I just saw him take out 2 Palace Jailers. He realized that it's just risky. Like, once Marc gets the... If he loses the Monarch, it's way more punishing than the initiative, right? Like, the initiative, he can take it back by just playing his thing. Palace Jailer, he only has 2 of them, so he can't take it back as easily. If he has the second Palace Jailer in hand, yeah, he plays it, takes the one back, whatever. But Minsc & Boo, again, he knows he has 3 Minsc & Boo. He knows how punishing, like just losing the Monarchy against the Swords, the Prismatic Ending, the Terminus deck, then that's how Marc will run away with the game. So,
didn't you actually tell me that you were actually considering a Pithing Needle in the sideboard of this deck?
Yeah,
Somebody told me.
Kind of, I think so, for Stoneforge to an extent.
No, but mostly for
Minsc &
Minsc &
Boo
Boo,
as well.
yeah.
As you said, Anointed Peacekeeper is amazing against Minsc & Boo as well. So, we sort of like maybe take one out. But yeah, Peacekeeper is pretty good, but again, like, it's great if it stays alive. But Marc is playing loads of removal.
Hashtag
yeah, I know. Got 4 swords, he's got Prismatic Ending.
Dice to removal though.
It does dice to removal. Dice to Doomblade.
You know, we should have an entire cast where we just like throw out these phrases like, it's good when it says play, but it dies to removal, what can you do? It's blue, it pitches to force.
When my opponents don't kill my stuff, they're really good.
Yeah. If I hadn't drawn the cards I drew, I would have done better.
Yeah. My opponents today didn't keep killing my painters, I would have won more.
Oh, really?
I know, it's crazy.
Did you make sure to tell your opponent after the match?
Yes, yeah.
If the match had gone differently, there might have been a different result.
Exactly. No one really understands this. Like, is the stack empty?
Oh my god,
Deep philosophical questions.
no. That's not good. I actually read about that. Oh my god, this is too deep. Actually, if you want to make money, you print a t-shirt that says, is the stack empty? You do some nice design, yeah, and then you're going to earn a lot of money.
It's going to be a meme for a week, and then you'll make
the thing is, like, you got to have people that don't know. And by the way, this is about a judge call. Like, it would be way too deep. It happened a week ago or something at an event. But it's funny. It's funny, but it's also... Anyway, so Marc is back. Marc is ready.
He's taking his toilet break.
Do you think he sent in his evil twin who's better on the draw?
yeah. Slide into my evil twin. You know, it's the card. Evil twin is a card. I don't think he'll play it in his deck.
Oh, it's a colorless, a blue, and a black.
No, 2 colors, blue and black.
Shit. I came so close.
So close, but so far. Do you know what it does?
But in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Do you know what it does?
It's evil twinish.
It is evil twinish. Everyone, check out Everyday Eternal, where you can hear more commentary like this from Julian.
Yeah, evil twinish. We promised we're gonna have a website. I've been working on it for literally 2 years by now. I already paid like for all the re-subscriptions to all the services like twice. They haven't released it. You know why?
Twin website.
There's a website. That's like Everyday Eternal. Actually, I'm not sure, but there's a website domain I want, and it's tied to some church, and they don't use it anymore because Everyday Eternal is kind of like churches, and I want to buy it of them because they don't respond to my emails.
The Church of Goblin Welder.
I'm what's it called? A bishop of it?
The Bishop of Goblin Welder.
Doesn't it have bishops or something? How does it work there?
In churches?
No, in the Church of Goblin Welder.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah? Okay. I'm the Archbishop of Goblin Welding.
Yeah.
Coolest cards. Okay, Rodrigo on the play.
Do you think, so Rodrigo, we saw him take out 2 Palace Jailers. Do you think play draw plays into that?
But wouldn't it be even better on the play? I don't know.
That's true. So maybe it's a readjustment. Realizing that it's a bit of a risk, actually. So we see Marc with a
Marc took out a 7 library. Interesting, okay.
Took out Prismatic Endings as well. I like it, actually.
Do you?
He didn't see Chalice. He doesn't think he started in
Oh,
Chalice.
you like it? You decided
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's just like a 3 mana remove your 3/3, and because he has soul lands, he's just losing mana.
It feels so bad, right? Tempo wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even like if Rodrigo got the initiative of it, and then you spent your entire turn just removing the creature, and the guy steals the initiative.
I think that's a really heads-up sideboard decision. Actually, I didn't consider it. It wasn't even on my radar until I saw him sorting the cards below. really heads up. Because although you're paying 3 mana, you're moving their 3-drop, they're not really 3-drops, because Joris is playing Ancient Tomb, City of Traders, Mox Diamond, Lotus Petal. Like, they're getting...
Okay, that's Chalice.
Do you see a Chalice? It's a 1-lander.
It's going straight back, I guess.
This is a shit back fast. Send it back to the Undercity.
Spirit Realm. Send it to the Undercity.
Well, Spirit Realm works as well. Touch the Spirit Realm or the Undercity.
Rodrigo's counting his cards. Is it still 7, maybe?
Maybe. He's doing a magic trick.
Okay, let's see. Oh, I guess he's waiting for Marc to... Wait, if Marc is already mulliganing, then Rodrigo is
No, I think Marc is just finishing sideboarding.
Oh, he's still... Oh, yeah, he was
So
busy.
this is right. So Rodrigo's just waiting for him to draw a 7 before, just to do things clearly, in time, when you're meant to. Pile shuffling, gotta make sure. But yeah, they have tons of time.
I'm offended that you call it shuffling. I call it counting.
Fine.
Don't spread the propaganda. This is not shuffling.
I agree.
Okay. I haven't done this in like 5 years, I want to say.
I haven't pile shuffled in my life.
You call it shuffling again, man.
Oh no!
I'm gonna call for like a trend strike. And we have somebody else here like this is clearly propaganda. Anyway, so Marc, did you just realize that Marc is playing with yellow sleeves?
They are bee sleeves.
You know what you say about people that like yellow and orange?
No.
Absolute psychopath.
True.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
No, like I've always been saying for like 10 years, whenever I play somebody who's playing yellow sleeves, I want to say that's one of the rarest colors for people to choose in Magic.
You know, I've never clocked onto that. I've never thought.
I think about it every single time when somebody plays yellow sleeves. I'm immediately intimidated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing is more intimidating.
Psychopaths.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're calling Marc.
I mean, being a psychopath isn't necessarily a bad thing, I guess. So people are like,
I'm going to buy some yellow sleeves for tomorrow.
You do?
I'm going to buy some for tomorrow.
Oh, banana sleeves.
Yeah.
You call it banana sleeves. That's a better marketing term. Like yellow is like aggressive, green, like envious. But banana sleeves, like people are happy. Like there's nobody who doesn't like bananas.
Yeah, I've not met them. Just fair. Right,
okay,
so
Rodrigo's like showing off. Like, look at this. This is a beautiful Cavern of Souls. You want it? Oh, I'm gonna shuffle it back. You're not gonna get it.
I think he's saying like, look, I've got my best card in the matchup, but nothing else. Because we haven't seen a single Cavern so far.
True.
And I think that's obviously massively favoured Marc. Cavern is probably, I don't know, Ancient Tomb is the best card in the deck, but Cavern probably second for this matchup especially.
I want to say Ancient Tomb by now is one of the best cards in Legacy.
I was talking to PVDH and his friend Casper, who'd been playing the Initiative deck today. I'm saying Ancient Tomb is as good as or better than Brainstorm now.
Yeah. I could get behind that.
Yeah, I think Brainstorm has just always been the best thing, but Ancient Tomb is just, I think it might be the best card in the format now.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Okay, I'm not going to disagree. Okay.
As we see more powerful threats being printed that you can pay for 3 mana. And
if you're in chat, actually let us know what is your best card in Legacy right now.
We're going to see some wild ones. Like Lava Spike.
So Callum, this is Noob Julian coming in. If Ancient Tomb is so good, why is City of Traders so much more expensive?
That reserve list thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've
forgot about that. By the way, today still proxies allowed, so come in, play, and yeah, tomorrow it's gonna be sanctioned, no proxies.
Yep.
But generally speaking, like, I know you do like tournaments in London, we do tournaments in Freising, like near Munich.
Yep.
Having a lot of proxies has like skyrocketed.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Absolutely,
it's a big thing. And yeah, the teams as well was proxies allowed.
Yeah, it's so much easier, right? If you just like don't have to worry about getting a deck.
So the Vintage today as well. Vintage has 64 players, if I remember correctly. That's so many for a big Vintage event. I love going around, and every single person was just like playing, smiling, having fun. And you see like beta power versus full proxy decks, and they're just playing Vintage.
Yeah.
They don't care. The whole idea is it just doesn't matter. You're playing this game.
That's great.
And then if you have the cards, you get to show them off. It's awesome.
Okay. So Rodrigo went down to 6, right? And Marc is going down to 6 as well?
Is he? Okay.
So who's favored by, like, if both players go lower, like, who keeps increasing their chances?
It's weird. I think on 6, I think Rodrigo's favored just because it's less chances of, like, multiple forces or, like, you know, having the right pieces, removal and force. I think once you hit 5, the cost of having Lotus Petal and Mox Diamond in the deck really hurts. Also, City of Traders and Ancient Tomb are kind of like an extra card in a weird sense. But so I think on 6 it favors the Initiative deck. On 5 is where the 4-color deck starts to see some advantages.
I like how you call it Ancient Tomb card advantage.
It is.
People talked about that like
it's card advantage and tempo.
It's everything you want. Can it also counter stuff?
Yeah.
You know how people called the Rough Digger Bounce Lands card advantage? That was like another revelation to me. It was like, oh wow, you can think about it like that, right? Yeah. It's not card advantage if you play it like me and you discard it at end of turn.
Well, I would not recommend that.
Yeah.
It's going end of turn. So here we see Ancient Tomb pass. Marc has to be happy that it's not like a Lotus Petal or a Mox Diamond going in and playing a 3-drop on the play. We know, so I saw that Togores has a Plateau and a City of Traders, so pretty heads up play because he knows Marc plays Wastelands as some number, so he's leading with the Ancient Tomb because he wants to play a 3-drop turn 2, but if you lead with the Plateau, it's your only colour mana source, and if they get Wastelanded, you're just screwed. So heads up to lead with the Ancient Tomb, and now Marc is... I think Marc's plan doesn't change at all. Like, if he finds his Torpor with his cantrips, great, slam it. But otherwise, he's looking for a Force, a piece of removal, and then a Minsc move to play turn 4.
Basically, Marc's game plan for most of the game, at least in the early stages, is like purely reactive. Like you want to like play your cantrips to the best of your ability, and then you try to attack. Like there's rare, like especially now that we see like 7 libraries being modded out, there won't be really much that Marc is like looking to actively like, put into his side, except for Torpor, I guess.
So this is another really interesting decision. So Rodrigo had the option of 3 drops to play: Anointed Peacekeeper, Archon of Emeria, or White Plume Adventurer.
So you think he went with the weakest?
No, I'm not sure. Like he went with a Peacekeeper. Peacekeeper, I think Archon is like the most powerful one to play early. Archon would be insane against this hand. Oh my god!
You know what I like here? Though?
Actually, Peacekeeper is insane here.
Yeah.
What do you name?
I was going to name Swords of Plowshares.
No, I named Misty Rainforest.
I mean, because you want to screw the land. See,
Yeah.
I shouldn't have gone to Kenya for a month.
Look at this. Oh.
In Kenya, we always name Swords of Plowshares.
Maybe he's
different metagame.
Marc is obviously a great player. He might have had his heads up knowing that there's a nice piece to be in the deck. He might have named, they put a Source Splash on top of the library. But I don't know if we can find out what they named, but we'll probably find out based on how Marc plays the next couple of turns.
Probably, right?
I think he's named Misty Rainforest.
Yeah.
And that is, if this is not a Source of Plowshares in the upside down card, that is just an absolute.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I would be playing before I see the hand Peacekeeper to name Swords of Plowshares because that puts Marc into that weird spot where he untaps and can't cast Swords of Plowshares. And then you can slam your creature and Marc still can't end of turn play something. And then he.
Look at that! He played Wasteland on the Ancient Tomb.
Oh, gotcha!
I'm gonna call it garbage time already.
Oh, really? This early?
Yeah. So.
Marc only has 1 land in play. Yeah.
Marc has 1 land in play.
This is hilarious. Like, look at how much. Okay, something I proposed once that I never followed up on. I would love to do a system where we keep track of how much mana every player has spent in the game thus far.
Yeah.
Rodrigo has spent like 6 mana. Marc has spent 1 mana in the entire game thus far.
Yeah. And I'm pretty certain at this point that Misty Rainforest is hit by the Anointed Peacekeeper. And then he sees his hand, so he knows. I actually love his leading with the Anointed Peacekeeper. He sees the hand, he sees what's going on, and now he can just play. He plays his White Plume to follow up, and he's got the initiative. He's got the board presence. Marc just has an Uro. He can't play. He needs 2 more lands. It's just Nightmare Town for Marc right now.
Yeah, there's like not really like a good catch-up mechanic for Marc, right?
He's hit for 8 damage as well. He's dead next turn.
He needs to find Terminus here, I guess.
Yeah, his Terminus or bust. He's gonna play a Palace Jailer as well. Oh no. Here comes Palace Jailer.
Oh.
It's just...
Yeah, Marc's playing basically 2 Terminus after sideboarding.
He's dead on board.
And then even if he finds Terminus, it's still like awkward.
yeah, even if he finds Terminus, he's probably dying. Because he took 8 damage this turn down to 10. And next turn he can go into the room that makes you lose 5 life. Yeah.
You know what would be hilarious? Not hilarious, like tragic, depending on which side you view it from. Like if you do another Misty Rainforest.
Oh no.
You know what's gonna happen, man.
Yeah. So let's see if this is the last draw of the quarterfinals. It's a Terminus. Doesn't look like a Terminus.
Swords of Plowshares.
I mean, lets him live, but.
Yeah, it also lets Rodrigo untap.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
A nice game.
Rodrigo Togores 2-1. Our Marc Vogt moves on to the semifinals.
Yeah.